welcome back to another episode of Growth Digger. I'm your host, Akanksha Das, Director of Marketing and Communications at Growth Natives. Today's topic is something almost every marketing team has experienced. You have a campaign ready. The messaging is finalized, paid ads are scheduled, sales is informed. Then someone says, the landing page update will have to wait until the next sprint. Suddenly, a 2-minute content change becomes a 2-week process. It's frustrating, but it's also surprisingly common. So today we're asking, why do marketing teams struggle with engineering-driven websites? And more importantly, how do we fix it? Joining me is Sumit Rana, VP of Technology at Growth Natives. Sumit, welcome.
Thanks, Akanksha. Happy to be here. And I think every engineer listening just smiled a little because they've heard that request. Can we just change one line of text more times than they can count? The interesting part is that neither marketing nor engineering is wrong. They're simply optimizing for different outcomes.
Let's start there. When people hear engineering-driven website, they sometimes assume it's a bad website. That's not really what we mean, is it?
Not at all. An engineering driven website is usually built for scalability, security, performance, and clean architecture. Those are all important goals. The challenge starts when the same website also becomes the primary marketing engine. Marketing needs to launch campaigns quickly, test messaging, create landing pages, and respond to market changes. If every update depends on engineering resources, speed naturally becomes a challenge.
So the website isn't broken, it's just optimized for a different purpose.
Exactly. It's like designing a Formula One car and expecting it to be comfortable on a family road trip. The design is excellent. It just isn't optimized for the journey you're asking it to take.
One thing I see across organizations is that marketing owns growth targets but doesn't really own the website driving those targets. That feels like a structural problem.
I completely agree. In many companies, engineering owns the infrastructure, deployment, integrations, and security. Marketing owns traffic conversions and campaign performance. But when marketing needs engineering's approval for every content update, execution slows down. It's not because engineering wants to block progress, they're simply following release processes designed to protect stability.
Which creates an interesting situation. Marketing identifies an opportunity on Monday. Engineering has a full sprint planned. By the time the update goes live, the campaign window has already moved on.
Exactly. The market doesn't wait for sprint planning. That's why ownership needs to be designed intentionally instead of evolving by accident.
Let's talk about workflows, because I think that's where the real disconnect happens. Marketing works very differently from engineering.
Completely differently. Marketing is campaign driven. It thrives on experimentation. You launch something, measure performance, make adjustments, and repeat. Engineering operates differently. Changes go through planning, development, testing, reviews, and deployment. Those processes exist for good reasons because stability matters. The problem begins when marketing updates have to travel through the exact same process as product releases.
So, marketing measures success in days, while engineering often measures success in release cycles.
That's a great way to put it. Neither timeline is wrong, but forcing one team to work entirely within the other's timeline creates unnecessary friction.
Let's make this practical. What are some of the most common bottlenecks you see? They're usually surprisingly small. Updating homepage messaging, launching a campaign landing page, changing a CTA, adding a new form, running an A B test. Individually, each task might take only a few minutes of actual work. But if every request enters the engineering backlog, those small tasks accumulate until marketing starts avoiding them altogether. That's when optimization slows down. And that's probably the biggest hidden cost. It's not just delayed launches, it's the experiments that never happen because the process feels too complicated.
Exactly. Growth rarely stops because teams run out of ideas. It slows because good ideas become difficult to execute. That's the difference between having a website and having a growth platform.
Let's talk about the CMS because it's often presented as the solution. But many marketers still hesitate to use it. Why?
Because not every CMS is built for marketers. Many are technically powerful but difficult for non technical users. Creating a page, changing layouts, or even previewing updates can require developer support. Instead of giving marketing more freedom, the CMS becomes another layer of dependency. A good CMS shouldn't require marketers to think like developers, it should let them focus on campaigns and content.
So, if an engineering driven website creates friction, what does a growth ready website look like?
It starts with clear ownership. Marketing should own content, messaging, landing pages, and approved page components. Engineering should continue owning infrastructure, integrations, performance, and security. That balance allows both teams to focus on what they do best without stepping into each other's responsibilities.
So it's not about giving marketing unrestricted access, it's about giving them the right access.
Exactly. Think of it as guardrails, not roadblocks. You want marketers to move quickly, but within a framework that protects the site's performance and reliability. That's a much healthier model than routing every change through engineering.
Another idea I really liked is modular page design.
Instead of building every page from scratch, modern websites use reusable content blocks. Think hero banners, testimonials, pricing sections, forms, or CTAs that are already approved and responsive. Marketing can mix and match these blocks to create new landing pages without waiting for custom development. That dramatically reduces turnaround time while keeping the brand experience consistent.
One point that stood out to me was separating marketing releases from product releases. That sounds simple, but it's actually a big mindset shift.
It is. Product releases often require extensive testing because they affect application functionality. Marketing updates usually involve content, campaigns, or design adjustments. Treating both with the exact same release process slows everyone down. When marketing publishes independently within defined guardrails, campaigns launch on time while engineering continues focusing on product innovation. Both teams become more productive.
Modern marketing is all about testing. How should websites support that?
Experimentation shouldn't be an afterthought. A growth ready website should make it easy to run A B tests, update messaging, launch landing pages, and optimize conversion paths without major development work. If every experiment requires weeks of planning, teams naturally stop experimenting. And once experimentation slows, so does learning.
Listening to this, it feels like the real conversation isn't marketing versus engineering. It's about designing systems that help both succeed.
Exactly. Engineers aren't trying to slow marketing down. Marketers aren't trying to create technical risk. Both teams want business growth. The challenge is that they've historically been measured differently. Once organizations create shared goals and clear ownership, the relationship changes from dependency to collaboration.
Let's wrap up with one key takeaway. Marketing teams don't struggle because engineering builds websites incorrectly. They struggle because many websites were never designed for the pace of modern marketing. When ownership is clear, workflows are aligned, and the right tools are in place, the website becomes something much more valuable than a digital brochure. It becomes an engine for growth.
I couldn't agree more. The best performing organizations aren't choosing between speed and stability. They're building systems that deliver both because in today's market, the companies that learn and adapt the fastest usually outperform the ones that simply build the fastest.
Well said. Sumit, thank you for joining us and sharing your perspective. And thanks to everyone listening. If your marketing team spends more time waiting for website updates than launching campaigns, it may be time to rethink how your website is built, not just how it's designed. We'll see you in the next episode of Growth Digger.